Hope, as we are all aware, is ever fleeting.
Yeah.
Especially when, I don't know, you're fighting somebody who's making up nursery rhymes and attributing them to the wrong places.
Well.
Hi, I've changed Humpty Dumpty so he was no longer an egg but a grenade. And also, he's from Mother Goose now, apparently.
Sure, why not?
Definitely not. Sure, Alice. I don't know what fucked up fairy tales your parents were reading you when you were a little girl, but, you know. It lasted not even 300 yards. The edge of the amusement park may well have been the edge of the world.
Because there was no escape?
No, because Aoko and Soujuuro are flat earthers, clearly.
Mm.
Okay.
That's a lot of fences.
I lost count after about 6 or 7. There's more than that.
Oh.
Dozens of undulating horizons could be seen. Okay.
Ew.
Listen, with the animation budget you clearly put into this game, I expect undulation when you tell me there is undulation, and there is no undulation here. Undulate more. Crowding the sky like a giant cloud or a thick curtain. Or perhaps groaning lips. It was the end of the road, the outer limit of an outrageous and fantastical realm which somehow isn't a reality marble.
Yeah, I mean, it might be. They haven't explained it yet.
And yet, Aoko found it to be much like the last page of an enormous picture book.
Okay.
The sight turned her mind blank. Oh, Aoko just can't read picture books. That's what they're getting at. Like, well, this is about as bad as it gets, she thought. The snark, this island of despair, had at last brought Aoko to her knees as she stared at the swelling border. Should build a wall on it. That'll help. The park indeed had an end. Even now, as Aoko and Soujuuro had expected it to be, a fence divided the amusement park from the residential area neighboring it.
A fence.
It had both doubled in height and been made sturdier, another hurdle she'd foreseen even before laying eyes on it. What she hadn't counted on is there being like 20 of them now, for some reason.
Yeah.
Expecting it to have been snarkified, Aoko had come prepared to demolish an obstacle or two. But this construction before her went far beyond a mere wall. It was the greatest wall.
Well, they're kind of undulating now.
Hey, that's better.
Yeah, wow. They do have an animation budget.
It was an ocean that separated the underworld from the mortal one. Arash.
Help.
You're so much better than your sister. Please help. The iron fence was like a restless, surging sea. 1 or 2 walls could easily be toppled. Even 10 or 20 could be dealt with one way or another. Between the power left in her body and that which filled the park, putting on a brave front was within her power. She could fully mobilize her circuits and her crest to the point of burnout in a last-ditch effort, like some reenactment of the parting of the Red Sea. Okay, confirmed in universe. Moses was a magus who just did some crest-based shenanigans in order to part the Red Sea.
I guess so.
Understood.
But then, yeah, he'd be...
It's fine. It's fine though.
Destroying her crest, maybe? Like, jeez, that would suck.
I mean, just get another one.
You'd have to kill someone and take theirs.
Yeah, I was gonna say, go take one from someone else. It'll be fine. Go hunt down Toko and take her crest. She's probably not using it at the moment.
If she has it.
Does she have a crest in Tsukihime? Or
Karno
Kyokai?
I don't think she ever uses one.
Even if a path could be opened, she would not have the energy left to walk it.
Oh, that too.
And it was obvious what would become of her afterwards. Soujuuro would pick her up and carry her.
Hopefully, yeah.
I mean, this moron's such a goody two-shoes.
Yeah.
Like, I have no reason to suspect he would not be the Kazuma to your Megumin. The residents would hardly forgive her for wreaking such havoc around their park. Like ants drawn to honey, they would swarm the helpless girl and tear her to pieces.
Oh, all the park amusement things, yeah.
Again, though, Soujuuro just picks you up and carries you away. Once you're
He could
outside
probably
of the
run with you, but yeah.
Well, he's done it before.
Yeah.
Once you're outside of the bounds of the park, like, you're pretty much safe.
Pretty much, yeah.
Despondent and exhausted, she felt the faint sting of remorse. Or remoras. Probably remorse, though.
Probably remorse.
Escaping the park. Looking back on how they'd gotten here, Aoko recognized that her choices had been her undoing.
Yep.
God damn, if only I'd killed him when I was supposed to, I wouldn't be in this situation.
Yeah, or if you just brought him somewhere more reasonable, like a dark alley.
Or, I don't know, your house.
Yeah. Hey, Soujuuro, could you come to my house for student council business? Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah.
When you get here, I may or may not stab you in the chest with a knife. I won't stab you in the chest with a knife. True story. I absolutely, under no circumstances, will stab you in the chest with a knife. I will, however, shoot you through the chest with magical bullets.
Right, yeah, you don't have to explain that part, though.
Under the golden full moon, beams of steel bent and merged like wire frame sculptures. It was only a matter of time before the amusement park itself became one colossal monster.
Specifically, a giant combining robot.
Or it somehow all turns into straw and becomes a giant man made of wicker and then bursts into flame.
Actually, that would be a really metal way to kill everybody.
Right?
Damn.
The horde of familiars gathered in the plaza where Alice had formed an impenetrable blockade around her. You don't know that, you've not tried.
I mean...
That is an assumption.
Yeah, it just feels impenetrable.
But the last time you were there were a bunch of forks and you ran away.
Well, it's
Like,
fine.
you have no idea what the situation is or whether you could get through it now. And I do seem to remember Soujuuro recommending that you just go punch Alice to solve the problem.
That would probably work.
Just above the head of the boy beside her, the whispering egg, called Scratch Dumpty,
Oh boy.
continued to shuffle what appeared on its surface.
Aozaki.
Oh, did it change?
The boy's voice snapped Aoko out of her trance. If only for a moment, the stark reality of the situation quickly dawned on the novice mage. The sheer hopelessness of it all, as ripped out and snatched away...
As it ripped out.
Yes,
Yeah.
I did miss a word, thank you. As it ripped out and snatched away any will she had to resist.
ゲートに行こう。ここはどうしようもないけど、入り口ならもうちょっとマシだろ。
Well...
Based on what logic? Just out of
The
curiosity.
gate is a natural entrance?
フラットスナークだっけ。こいつにもルールがあるって言ったじゃないか。なら、これは役割の問題だ。初めから鉄柵は通れない壁だけど、ゲートなら出入り口として機能しているかもしれない。
See, that's all I wanted was logic from this guy,
Yeah.
rather than just blind optimism.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
Soujuuro had not given in to panic. Aoko found herself honestly admiring his ability to analyze Snark's characteristics given the circumstances, and his complete non-understanding of magic,
Well,
despite the 20-minute crash course on magic while they were huddling together, shivering in a burger joint.
Yeah.
Now calm, she steeled her resolve.
そうね。確かに門はあると思う。
The real question is, did she steal her resolve, or steal his resolve?
Yeah.
けど、たどり着くのは難しいわ。一番弱かった焼きたてパンですら。
Yeah, everything is getting a little tougher now.
広場や入り口にはもっと上等なのがたむろしてるだろうし、門だってあの観覧車以上の怪物かもしれない。 確か
Right, yeah, I was thinking about the
大きな
entrance. It might be its own monster at this point.
青崎はゲートには行かないのか。
Well,
まあね
is there a back gate?
それよりこっちの方が現実的だし
What about, like, the side maintenance entrance that all the
Or-
staff come through?
Or, instead of blasting through everything, she just puts a little magic into her legs, picks up Soujuuro, and jumps over all the fences.
Somehow I get the feeling she's not super great at reinforcement magic.
Yeah, maybe. She hasn't done that yet.
What if, right? What if you use a spell to tunnel down and under the gates?
Yeah, just Minecraft your way through.
Yeah. Aoko took another glance at the undulating iron fences. It was too late to achieve their goal of making it out alive.
Oh, wow, that's
So now they just have to make it out dead.
Right.
In that case, she decided to prioritize the other promise she had made. Killing the fuck out of Soujuuro.
No, she promised that he was going to live tonight.
She also promised he was going to die tonight, so...
Well, yeah.
You know.
You know.
今からこの鉄柵を壊すからあなたはそこから外に出てそれで私の役割はおしまいよ
Though her words were few, her tone told the whole story. She was telling him to escape by himself.
信じられない。こんなの青崎だけじゃ壊せないだろ。
私だけならねでも今はこの遊園地が味方してる燃料がこれだけあるんだから私は重心になるだけでいいんだし一発でかいのお見舞いしてやるわそれでも一回が限度だから
Yeah, I guess.
穴を開けたらあんたには全力で走り抜けてもらうしかないけど
Because your life literally depends on it.
Yeah, it does. But,
She would carve a path through this iron sea of fences, gambling on one final effort. A great incantation to launch a massive projectile that pushed her limits to the extreme.
Shizuki doesn't like this plan.
As an outsider, Soujuuro could not even begin to imagine just how much of a burden this would be for her. All he could imagine was a hazy vision of Aoko being left behind in this park. What would happen to her? Alice would probably kill her.
Yeah.
What would that girl in black come to save her life?
Doubtful.
In a manner of speaking, she would come to save her from any future pain and or decision making.
Yeah.
Cruel as it was to imagine, he knew she would not. After Aoko had exhausted her very best in order to save him, that girl would not stay her hand. The only way Alice would let Aoko off the hook was if Aoko killed Soujuuro as payment. And so...
20メートルぐらい離れてて準備に手間取るけどその卵の表面が茹で上がるまでには終わらせるから
It went without saying that this was the only path.
待ってくれ。俺を逃がすって言うけど、それに意味はあるのか、青崎。
Yeah, that's true. Is there a point?
Hold on, question. Let's assume I get out of here alive tonight. Isn't she just gonna kill me tomorrow?
Right. Are you really gonna throw your life away just for that?
ないけど外に出られたところでアリスから逃げ切れるとは思えないし
Well, at least you're not trying to sugarcoat it, but then what is the point of this? From his perspective, right? This man seems very utilitarian in general. Like, at this point he's got to be thinking, why bother then? Like,
Right.
if I'm just going to die if you
Either
let me
way.
go now anyhow,
Then why kill yourself
then
to do
why,
it?
yeah, why do you end up dead for that to happen? That seems unnecessary.
けどこれぐらいは最後の意地よって言ったんだからできるところまでやらないと
The deadliest of sins.
Surprised by her seemingly moral stance. This is not morality, this is just pure stubbornness, my dude.
Yeah.
This is her last...
Well, they said seemingly moral.
This is her last-ditch attempt to get one over on Alice. Like, if I'm gonna die anyway, I'm sure gonna fuck her over in the process and make her do extra work.
I guess.
Soujuuro saw Aoko in a new light. Mostly the one being cast by the giant angry metal sculpture that was about to eat her. But of course. Soujuuro realized that she wasn't fighting for his sake, but for the sake of her pride.
There we go, yep.
She is a Goku.
Or Vegeta.
Vegeta, more
yeah.
accurately, yeah.
そうだったな。けど、それなら俺だけ逃がすのはらしくないぞ。
何よ。いいから離れてて。
For some reason, Aoko took a step away from him. She was recalling how, an hour ago, he'd gotten the better of her.
青崎、まだ意地を張れるんなら他のことをやろ
う。Okay, what other way? What other way could you conceivably have of dealing with this situation?
We take out the Snark's true body. Yeah, fair enough.
ないわよ。悪いけど、私は目に見えるものしか壊せないの。最後まで形のない希望にすがるとか考えるのも寒気がする。
Okay, all you can do is destroy what you see. Can you see Alice from here?
Yeah.
In that case, destroy her. Problem solved.
I mean, yeah, just fire like the biggest laser you have in her direction.
Get a super doom laser. Actually spend the time to aim it.
Right.
And pull the trigger.
いい。今はフラットスナークなんかより、この壁を壊してあんたを足抜けさせるのが私の現実。私に負える最大限の責任って。
逃げるのか。
Oh.
Wow, dude. Harsh. Aoko was just about to turn her back on him when Soujuuro clutched her hand.
Oh.
His words caused something inside of her to boil with rage. It was as though someone had set her heart on fire.
And remind her of something, I guess.
The surprise that pricked open her true feelings and the disappointment she felt toward herself thawed her frozen limbs.
誰が逃げるのはそっちで、逃がしてあげるのはこっちだって言うのよ。甘く見ないで。いざとなったら遊園地ごと爆破してみせるわ。
I mean, that would be helpful, wouldn't it? Just destroy the whole park?
なら、ここで俺を逃がすのは無駄だな。その気迫は本命のために取っておこう。それまでは俺も手伝うから。
は？手伝う？それこそ無駄な気遣いよ。あったまった。いいから逃げろバカ。だいたい走り詰めで息も絶え絶えなやつなんか使えないわよ。
I mean, rude, but...
そりゃいい加減ヘトヘトだけど。
You can still be a decoy.
疲れ以上に傷の方が痛んでるだろう。
Yeah, I was just looking at that myself. Good job, guys. Spaces are important.
Yeah.
Not to mention the injury to her back that Aoko had nearly forgotten about.
Yeah.
Even now, she couldn't ignore the pain that automaton had inflicted on her spine. With iron will, she managed to push it out of her mind. Mostly. Like, almost.
Yeah.
ほら、魔術とか抜きにすれば、まだ俺の方がマシじゃないか。入り口までおぶっていくことぐらいなら、なんとか。
Possibly useful, yeah.
できないことは口にしないで。
Ooh.
Dude, I'm heavier than you think. You were estimating like 100 pounds. I'm actually about 112.
もういいから言って。慣れているもの、私は。でもあなたは違う。こういうの初めてでしょ。
Listen, I am resigned to die here. Stop trying to make me not die here.
だからいいの。
The fact that they were a team. The fact that she would still have to kill him after all of this. None of the irony was lost on her as she said these words. Because none of it mattered anymore. Still, Soujuuro didn't let go of her hand. He gripped it even harder. She felt the bones break. Well, there goes her spellcasting ability. Thanks, jackass. His expression was the same as ever. Aoko frowned, trying to figure out if he was upset with her.